This sweet-looking granddad was one of America's most prolific serial killers. Now, his name is Samuel Little. He was born in 1940 in Reynolds, Georgia. Samuel's teenage mother gave birth to him in prison, and his upbringing wasn't so great. His mother worked as a lady of the night, and eventually she just gave up being a mother and left Samuel as a baby on the side of the street. Luckily, his grandmother takes him in, and he spends most of his childhood with her. But little Samuel didn't do so well in school. His grades were bad, and his behavior was even worse. Dropped out of school and decided to dedicate his life to crime. At 16, he was already convicted for breaking and entry, and he was sent to juvenile prison. 5 years later, he's sent to adult prison for breaking into a furniture store. When he eventually gets out, he keeps moving state to state, occasionally holding down jobs but always committing crimes. Before he turned 35, he was already arrested 20 times for assault, theft, fraud, DUI, breaking and entering, solicitation, armed robbery, shoplifting, assaulting a police officer, and more. But believe it or not, he's done worse. And at this point, he just hasn't been caught. Samuel would shoplift during the day and kill women during the night, most of them being black women and ladies of the night. So he was basically killing his mother over and over again. He would lure women into his car and then knock them out and then strangle them to death. Samuel, he was a really big, strong guy, so no woman stood a chance. Until in 1976, a woman managed to escape, and her name is Pamela Smith. She's running around half naked with her arms tied behind her back. She was kicking at a stranger's door and screaming for help until someone came down and helped her. She claimed that Samuel had attacked her and that she managed to escape. The cops arrest Samuel, but he only serves 3 months in jail because Pamela, she was an addict, so she never showed up to court. And then, in 1982, a mentally disabled woman, Patricia Ann Mount, was found dead. And of course, she was last seen with Samuel. Then later the same year, another body was found, but it was too old, so they couldn't find enough evidence for clues. However, she was also seen with Samuel Little. And boom, 6 weeks later, he gets arrested. Only did he get picked out of a lineup, but another woman came forward and said that he attacked her too. But the cops said this wasn't enough evidence, and he was set free. Why? Because during the time, prosecutors said that black prostitute witnesses weren't valid due to their low socio-economic status. That's exactly why he got away with it for so long. Until it's 1984 and Samuel kidnaps a prostitute, leaves her for dead on a dirt road, but she actually survives. And a month later, he's found on the same dirt road with another unconscious woman, and she survives too. He actually pled guilty to these charges, but he left prison after only 2 years and a half. He's out, he's moving around the state, and he kills another 10 women. Fast forward to 2012. Samuel's in Louisiana, and this woman, Mitzi Roberts, connected Samuel's DNA to 2 murders. He then gets extradited to California, and it's there that he gets connected to a 3rd murder. And that's when they find out that he's probably killed women all over the state. Finally, in 2013, he was charged with life in prison without the possibility of parole. But of course, he claimed he was innocent for a very long time. Until 5 years later, he gives a confession and provides 90 sketches of all women he killed. He remembered their names, where he killed them, and how. And he referred to all these women as his babies. He died in 2020 at the age of 80 with no remorse for anything he's ever done.